are back with Inside the Show. I'm Scuffy alongside Cougs, and we got another fantastic week of content that we got to talk about. But first, I want to talk about the best player that's coming tomorrow here, Cougs. And that's not the new legend that was released. That is not the new flawless cards that's going to be released. It's going to be Flashback Tops Now Silver Juan Soto that
Ooh,
got mentioned about in the latest stream. I almost said feature because I'm so used to say feature. Latest live stream that we got last Friday. They mentioned one of the Tops Now cards being a flashback coming to the BR program. Dude, Kooks as a BR player in me, I heard that. I'm like, okay.
got you
Time to
gassed
buckle
up.
up. I can't wait, man. I'm really looking forward to more that tomorrow for all things that were being releasing this week. I'm looking forward to the bronze, the silver, and the gold BR program. But I say this every year now since this is the second year it's been introduced, but every time we get a new BR program, it's like a mini holiday for MLB The Show for me, I guess I would say.
I just want to see what the attributes on that silver Juan Soto look like. And I mean, like it's Soto's swing, so he could be terrible and he still probably would be good.
Yeah.
But like, I just want to know, like, is the power gonna be like super high? Is like what overall, what is a silver Juan Soto gonna look like?
That's a fantastic. I was thinking the same thing, but I don't think I care. Like you said, his swing don't matter.
Yeah,
What
he's like
I'm
an automatic take.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm going to think it's going to be like the Rafael Devers silver card that we
Mm,
had last year.
mhm,
So
mhm.
if it's anything like that, I'm down for it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Any of those things are welcome. Like, and now, like you said, now that we have bronzes this year to go with it, man, they got a lot of options.
Yeah, I'm asking for a bronze veteran, Mike Napoli. That's what I want.
Oh, okay.
That's what I
Okay.
want. Like his last year in the game, he was a bronze and he was at the Astros and he had 72, 75 power both ways. And hey, for a bronze player, I'll take that all day.
For a
Um,
catcher too, a guy who could play
yes, for a
catcher.
catcher. Yep. And with his swing,
Yep.
um, I'm down for it. So hey, that I'm just trying to manifest this. I mean, anytime before we have a BR program, try to manifest it. You know who I like to see from the gold round? I guess we're just going to use this as first talking point for today, is Ali Perez, the starter Ali
Mm.
Perez make a final because I he has to retire after this, even though he's still pitching. But um, I would love to see that Ali Perez come back.
Yeah, and dude, the first wave of gold cards in the program were pretty good with Hunter Renfro, J.R. Richard, Lou Gehrig, and
Yeah,
who was it? Was it Alex Wood or was it Rich Hill? Who
Alex
was
Wood.
it?
Yes, no,
Yeah.
Alex Wood. You're right. Yep.
Yeah, really good for golds. And if they keep that standard up, like that's gonna be we're gonna see some really cool non-diamond players throughout the year, man. And like Silver Juan Soto is already a good like example of that. I can't wait to see what else they put in there.
Oh, for sure, and it's funny you said it because every time I play BR, I don't just see, like, Hunter Renfro. I see all different cards. Everyone's using all different cards, and you like to see that variety, so, yeah, I'm looking
Yep.
forward to that, but and speaking how I want Ali Perez being, part of the BR program with him being Pirate, be a good segue into a Pirate that we got for the big, Dog Choice Pack Set 2, and we got to see one of the gold prospect series cards that was beloved in MLB Show 20 now make it back as a diamond, and we get that 88 O'Neal Cruz. And I know I'm starting with O'Neal Cruz because I know you used them on Saturday when we had the G Fuel Silver Slugger Invitational, and he was part of your BR format for a pool play, right?
Yep. Yep. He is everything I want him to be. He is the gold card from MLB 20 just on steroids. He is
Yeah.
incredible. The 6'7" lefty with that power, 90 arm strength at short. Oh man, he's so good. Plus, he can play anywhere in the outfield and he can play third. Like this is just simply one of like the most like just pure fun cards to use. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's the best shortstop in the game. I'm not going to say he's, a must have on your squad or anything like that, but he is just one of the most pure fun cards to use in all of Diamond Dynasty without a doubt.
Oh, hands down. I once I saw him being revealed, I was like and a diamond, and when I saw him being the base round, I was like, "Okay, this is gonna be easy to get because you don't even need to spend the money on the pack. He'll be cheap on the market because everyone's gonna be able to get him and just sell them quickly." So,
Yep.
it's funny when you play with him at short because you forget how big he is. Like
Yeah.
like, I have, like, say, Tommy Edman at second, and he's not the biggest guy, and then you just see the ball hit up the middle, and you just see O'Neal Cruz just towering
Yeah.
all over your other infielders, like, "Wait a second." It's quite the scene, but
But
yeah.
low key, that height is like it's cool to look at, but it can also help him on like some of those balls in the gap. The timing for diving stops a little bit, or is a little bit different this year. So like you have a guy that's 3 or 4 inches taller than your normal shortstop. Like you might have a better shot to get to some more balls in the gap. Like it just is what it is.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So that's, he's gonna be a mainstay for a while, at least for me.
Yeah.
Um in my lineup just because there's everything that we mentioned and plus his swing. So, and who else did we got? We got another player that I was very hyped about, but this is me being base a bias of a Met fan was Francisco Alvarez. We saw his future star card last year, late last year. Now we got prospect series. Never seen prospect series with them, which is an 88 diamond. Um, it's a decent card. It's not going to be say the best catcher you could use currently in the game, but decent for 88 overall, and especially for a Met fan. And dude, he has one of these swings that I really like. It's very he gives like a very relaxed composure up the plate, so it makes me feel like a little bit more relaxed mentally. Like I know that this guy's going to hit it a nice dinger for me. I used him for a couple games. I like I said, I like his swing. I haven't seen anything like with his fielding that alarms me just yet. But that card seems nice. We also got the 88 Nelson Cruz, which we could debate that his live series might be better if you're just basing on hitting attributes alone. And we got reliever Letty Grove here, Cougs. Hey, when we first got revealed, I thought he was going to be a starter, but he was a reliever. So we got Letty Grove. And to finalize the base round was Brian Roberts. I forgot what series Brian Roberts was, but it's a low, I think 89, 8 or 90, Brian
Yeah, I think
Roberts,
he's a 88 breakout card.
okay. So there you go.
Yep.
I mean, solid pack if you ask me, just for base. We're not even getting to rare yet.
Yeah, that's
Um,
just the base.
yep. So any of those cards besides O'Neal Cruz you played with or just
Yeah,
messed around with?
I mean, today, or I guess if you're listening to this, they were releasing this. Yesterday, I posted a video where I did a gameplay using nothing but players from the big dog packs. So,
Sweet.
I used we had obviously O'Neal Cruz. I did use Lefty Grove out of the pen for like an inning and a third or something like that. Um, some of the rare round guys from there, but even some of the previous big dog packs. So, yeah, no, the cards that are coming out in these big dog packs, even in the base round, are just really like quality good cards. Like it's not
Mhm.
these guys are not going to be end game players if we even want to talk about end game in April, but like they're solid cards that you're gonna get some value and some use out of at this point in the year. And they're I once again I wouldn't recommend buying the actual pack. I
Yeah.
recommend buying the players that you want because you could legitimately get three of the base round players for the price of one big dog pack. Yeah, if you spend 30K on the big dog pack, you might be able to get lucky and get the rare round. But like it's really not worth it. The odds are not worth spending 30K on. So
Yeah. I
affordable cards, quality cards, cards with good value. I like it.
exactly. You couldn't ask for any better than that, like, and it's once again, like, we were kind of praising on them, like, recent releasing cards when they should release cards, right? Like, same with that Brian Roberts, I would think. And now having that O'Neal Cruz in here as well. I mean, those cards you'll get use of early on the year, maybe not if they release it later on the year, of course. And then we got the rare. We got David Price, Cy Young. We got Prospect Series Marino. I believe it's Marino. Correct me if
Marino,
I'm yeah,
Moreno,
Marino,
not
Gabriel
sure.
Marino, and then Yelich. We got breakout Yelich, which is actually his MVP year, which quite surprised me. Like, I mean, he still could get awards Yelich if we really wanted to, but to see a lower diamond Yelich was pretty nice to see, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, that is interesting that the 2018 or the Yelich is a 2018 breakout. I actually didn't even like think about that. I felt like, you know, yeah, if you're gonna because 2019 he could have also won the MVP, but that was the
Yeah.
year that Cody Bellinger won it. He was honestly right there winning back to back. So I guess if they're going to do a 99 Yelich later on down the line, I mean, they could do a milestone like they did last year. They could I feel like a signature would be odd. Because he spent the beginning of his career with the Marlins and then he's with the Brewers. And
Mhm.
I mean, dude, honestly, at this point, you might even be able to do a prime because it doesn't look like Yelich is getting anywhere near
That's
where he
true.
used to be with how he's been the past couple years. So I don't know. Yeah, no, that's interesting that it's a breakout. I didn't even actually connect those dots.
Yeah, I didn't well, I think Steven said it on, the stream. It was nice to see a live stream again, not gonna lie. Like, just see them react at the right time.
Yeah,
But yeah, we'll see. I think you might be right with the 2019 year.
yeah,
We'll probably see the 99 Yelich and maybe or a flashback finest card of his.
yeah. That's actually a good possibility. Yeah, I didn't even
Um
think about that.
We could do that. And speaking of flashback, we actually, I mean, kind of segue what else we got on that Friday, besides the headliner, which I'll get into momentarily. But let's first go to the new monthly program, and it's a little different structure this year than years past. Now there's 3 stages. What they did is pretty much streamline tops now into the monthly program, which you know what? I kind of like that structure. Just have it because you're going to do those anyway, right? You need the tops now cards if you want to get the 99 lightning card. You could sell the tops now cards that you get. They give you 4 to start out with. We got Seth's beer, which we all know we loved from his supercharge card. We got Hunter Green, no outlier though. We got Joey Bart, we got Jeremy Pena, and then we got like the best hitter in baseball with Stephen Kwan, right?
Yeah,
So we got those cards to start with. It was good to see me personally. Like, I wanted a silver card, but this is me nitpicking because I'm such a
such a
BR
BR
player.
guy.
Yeah. So, but regardless, we got 5 gold top snows right from the rip. So if you do those moments, you'll start plugging away to the April Monthlies Awards program. And then they revealed a new legend, which is Kooks. He's not really like a new legend. He's just a return of a legend, I would say. And that is Andre Dawson. I think the only year that he wasn't in it was 21 because he
Yep.
was in 20 when we had the face of the franchise and he's been in 17 and 20. And you know what's first surprised me, not even look at the attributes. A lot of people were disappointed, and
Yeah,
that
like
just says how big a user base we probably had since 20, right?
yeah, no, that's it. That kind of is insane to me.
Because I
'Cause
believe Andre Dawson for you, I don't know if we talked about this on previous podcasts, but I believe he was one of your favorite cards to ever use within, I think, 17, 18. I don't
yeah,
remember what year, but
it
you
was it
being a
was 17. He was like one of the best cards in the game in MLB 17. The thing that's always kind of held Dawson back since then is that Dawson had these really good attributes in 17 and then 18 dropped and then they started going over 99. And
yeah.
Dawson's attributes from 17 just they've been boosted a little bit, but they've just kind of hovered around the same range where now we're
Mhm.
getting these guys like towards the end of the year that have the attributes like up here, and Dawson's still in like the high 90, low 100 range on a lot of his attributes when he gets his 99. Um, so that's why I feel like Dawson hasn't really been used as much as he used to be, but still seeing him back and seeing him in this format, I don't know how anybody can be disappointed looking at
Yeah.
this card right now. That kind of blows my mind.
Yeah, I'm with you, and with his attributes, I thought they were pretty damn good attributes.
They're really
It kind
good.
and they kinda match up. Let me look at these attributes and Brian Buxton's, attributes from last year from Player of the Month. I feel like for hitting wise, it was very similar. Let me see if I could pull up that quickly. Um, I mean, you should know it by heart, right? You're the guy that discovered him.
Oh, the the player of the
The the
month, Buxton.
the Bucks and oh, wow, that's so small. Hold on. I'll get
Yeah,
that
I mean, he was
momentarily.
Buxton was like fairly well rounded on the hitting.
Yeah. So here's Buxton's, and then then we'll do Andre Dawson. So Buxton, we're going to start from contact right. Is 83. Contact lefties was 95. Power righty 94, and then power lefty 85. Of course, his fielding reaction 99. We all know that with Buxton, especially with his face of franchise this year. The arm was 86, and anything else that I really need to go over. Um, Vision was
Yeah,
64. Clutch
it's
100.
yeah, I mean, Buxton was really solid because I mean, Buxton has a little bit more to offer than Dawson, but just so everybody's not confused, like there's still going to be a lightning card. Like there's still going to
Yeah,
be an active player. Like Dawson is not the guy at the end of the program. There's still going to be an active player that gets the player of the month card. So, we'll see who ends up getting that one. Um but dude, this Dawson is sick. And like, dude, just the idea of legend lightning cards, like I
mhm,
feel like this is something we've been asking for a while now. Like player of the month has been basically the same almost since it came out. I think the biggest change that happened was the introduction of Tops Now cards back in what,
yeah,
19? Um but other than that, it's just been do your moments. And then when the player of the month drops, cool. But now we're getting it all in one streamlined program. Now we're getting legend lightning cards. I still would love for them to add minor league player of the month into this program
yeah.
somewhere in some aspect. So like all of that stuff would be super cool. But I'm curious what the Lightning player is going to look like at the end of April or early May, whenever that drops. Because if Dawson's a 91, I wonder if they're going to go to like 95, like they did for Buxton in April of last year. I wonder if they're going to go a little bit lower, maybe 93, and then May is 95, June's 97, and then by then maybe 99s.
And 9, yeah.
Curious what the scaling is going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, that won't come in time. I did want to go over the Andre Dawson attributes. So we just went over Buxton before. So Dawson's 81 content gets righties, very similar. 95 against lefties. Power 84, power lefty 88, speed 77, fielding 81, arm 86, and reaction 80. This it's like a not like a little notch down from what we got for the end of April last year, right?
Yeah.
And then he has a great swing to go on top of that. He primary plays right field, so you can plug him in right. I, I see. The only complaint I have here, Cougs, is it's not animated. That's it. I want the cards
Yeah.
animated. That'd be dope.
Yeah, no, I really hope they do that. Like, that would be such a cool touch.
It's just like you go like it's cool to see the supercharge. Like once you go into like the starter screen, it may be cool if you have them on your team, but when you see it on the other team, you're like, oh god,
Yeah.
it screams out to you, right? So it's
It
kind of
stands
cool.
out,
Like
yeah.
yeah, I think that'd be the same way. Like Matt, like we did last year with the concept with the college swappers. Just imagine booting up and you're like, all right, let's just play a rank game quickly, and then all of a sudden you see the opponent has like Kyle Schwarber and just see the lighting going in the background, and it's just, it just gives that extra element, extra pop. I'm not saying I don't love the card art as is, because I always do. It's bringing it to another level, I guess.
It's just that potential is just it's staring us in
Yeah.
the face for years.
Exactly. But yeah, we remember you can't get to stage 2 just yet. They're gonna be released, throughout the weeks until I think said the lightning card should be within the first week of May. They even said a date. I think it was the 6th they mentioned, which is a Friday. Because remember last year, they kinda did it on the player of month, they did it, like, randomly. They did which I liked, and I believe we both liked they did it sometimes on Tuesday or Wednesday, so we had that
Yeah.
midweek drop. So I
Yeah,
could
it
be
was
wrong with
something
that, the
fresh.
6, but
No, yeah, yeah.
it
They did that. It was fresh, and then so wait, did they say it was gonna be the 6th, or is that
I
just
don't
your guess?
remember, I'm just remember, it's been a week since I listened to this, so I
Yeah,
think they said the 6th. I think Rory said the 6th, but I could be completely wrong.
gotcha. Yeah, no, that
So,
makes sense. Makes sense in
but
the time.
either way, we get more tops now this week, come the 22nd. I'm not too sure. I guess Cortez had a nice game for the Yankees,
Cortez had
yesterday.
an immaculate inning.
Yeah, that too. So, we could definitely see him getting tops on a card. I don't know anything that really stands out to me. I have to look it up.
Yeah, it'd be hard to
I
go off the top of
yeah.
my head.
We already got the Hunter
Um,
Green. I'm surprised Hunter Green didn't get outlier, to be honest with you. He has 59 pitches, 100 plus, which
and
is
he
absolutely unreal.
threw 40 of them against the Dodgers. Like, what?
He doesn't need
How do
outlier. He
you
needs the extra whatever it is beyond outlier, right?
Dude, no, he absolutely should have been supercharged for that performance because the amount of pitches he hit over 100 miles an hour, he literally set a major league record that was previously held by DeGrom. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't just like an impressive feat of velocity. It was the most impressive feat of velocity that has ever been on a field. So like I don't know how they don't supercharge him after that. I don't know if like could they add a quirk as like part of the supercharge? Like that'd be kind of nuts.
That would be kinda I wouldn't see why not, right?
Yeah, I mean
I mean,
they've added stuff before.
so, dude, it's just it's so much fun to watch him. We knew he was because I wanted his future star card for a while since he was the number 1 pick for a while. When did we get started that minor league stuff? 20, right? I think I wanted,
Yeah,
like, in 20, but they saved him till late last year. He probably should get his future star card earlier this year. Like I said, he could be the next well, if he had the outlier like last year into this year, I mean, that's he deserves the outlier from last year. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah,
have him only have that outlier and have everyone else be the outlier that's going this year. But
yeah.
um,
And something else we didn't talk about with Hunter Green's um gold card, the gold tops now. Don't forget he can hit too. He's got some
yeah,
hitting stats. 40
yep,
forty
yep.
three on the contact, 45 54 on the power. So like not only is he going to throw gas, but he's not like a free out at the plate by any means. Like you got to like think
Mhm.
about him when he's hitting. So just another aspect to his card.
Yep, exactly. He could have been a two-way player if he wanted, but he decided he just wanted to pitch
Yeah.
once he got drafted. So, because coming out, I think he was a high school, player. Yeah, because he's 21 right now. He was a high school player, and he did everything. He played in the field, he pitched. He was just like he was pretty much I think we knew about him before Otani came over.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
I think yeah.
the hype was there for him, and, so he could have been, like, on that rival to Itani. That would've been dope. Just imagine if he was a two-way player and them match up, like, in a series together, that would be dope. Like, one
Yeah.
pitches one night, the other pitches the next night. Not actually go against each other because 'cause they'll be in the field and but that's here or
Yeah.
there. Did you actually see that pitcher for Japan? Lately pitched, a perfect game. We saw what happened with Kershaw, and he got the supercharge with the 7, perfect, innings. But this pitcher from Japan, he's 21 years old, pitched a perfect game, and then went into the 8th the next game and had 8 perfect, innings with 14 Ks. Sorry, I don't remember his name, but
I got it
he's
right here.
legit gonna be the
Roki Sasaki.
dude. How
And
crazy
this
is
kid's
that?
what, 19, 20?
I think he's 21, I could be wrong, but he's pumping 100. He's wearing Otani's number on the back, and he has this devastating splitter.
Oh my dude. I oh, but it says don't expect him to see in baseball anytime soon. What? This
Probably
article I'm
MLB.
reading is from the New York Times. I don't know why.
It's probably MLB because they probably have his rights for I mean, that's Otani didn't come over to what? He's 24, 26.
Oh, yeah, he has to have 9 years of professional service.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Yeah. But you'll eventually make it over
oh yeah.
for sure. So, but
Wow.
yeah,
It's impressive though.
I know it is. How about what'd you think about the Kershaw stuff? Even though we saw him get supercharged, did you want him to stay in the game? I think everyone did.
I mean, yeah, of course I wanted him to stay in the game, but I mean, dude, if I'm Dave Roberts, I'm probably making the same decision. I think I'm taking him
Oh,
out
yeah.
there just because Kershaw said himself he hadn't even thrown 75 pitches in a sim game and he was already at 80. He's coming off an injury last year. He's on a 1-year contract. Like he wants to pitch the whole year. And at the end of the day, Kershaw's got a ring. He's got a no-hitter. He's got an MVP. He's got multiple Cy Youngs. Like the perfect game is not what is not the thing that holds Kershaw back from getting into the Hall of Fame or anything. Like he's been there, done that. He's gotten all of his stuff. Would it be a cool thing to add? Yes. Would it have been
Mhm.
cool for baseball fans to see if he could do it? Yes. Do I think it's the end of the world that he didn't get thrown out there? No. It's just it's a tough situation. It's if this happened 3 weeks from now, yeah, I'd be screaming at Dave Roberts, being like,
Oh,
keep him
yeah.
out there. But first or second start for him of the year, I
First
think
one.
it's the right move.
Yeah. It was just good to see Kershaw dominating like he
Yeah.
has been throughout his career, so it's always cool to see that.
Yeah,
Um,
and he it took a while for him to sign in the offseason too. We didn't know there were rumors about him going to Texas,
yep.
rumors about him going to other places, and it's like, okay, well, we obviously can see that he still got it. So the Dodgers got
Eh,
him on a 1 year deal.
yeah, exactly, so, but still, once again, shout out to Supercharged, man, I want
Love
more,
it.
just want more. And also speaking of Dodgers, what we got Jackie Robinson Day last Friday, and I gotta say, SES absolutely knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Um, really did. First, we got the program, only need a hit to get his 88 diamond, and you get cosmetics on top of it. Next thing they do,
Well,
which
hold on. Focus on that for 1 second for a couple reasons.
okay,
Number one, you get cosmetics. It's also equipment to use for your ball player if you're grinding that.
yes.
And two, quite a bit different than the Jackie Robinson moments from MLB 20. We got to get one hit this year, but 2 years ago, one of the moments was to hit two homers at Forbes.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was all of these moments at Polo and all this stuff. It's like I think SDS kind of learned their lesson about the Jackie Robinson moments.
I think it's more instilled on you because you know me, I haven't been like, I'm not really instilled in moments until this year, so I can't imagine what you went through doing that at
Trust me,
the
those
Force.
those moments are still they're still sitting up top. They're still up there. I remember them vividly.
Oh, that's great. Um, but yeah, we got all that. The one of the greatest thing is on the 15th, and we all know in the majors they wear 42 that day. But they actually made it where in game you get to wear 42 no matter what mode you were playing, and I thought that was so awesome to see, when playing the game on Friday and just seeing all 40 everyone wearing 42, I thought that was great.
Yep,
And of course, the third thing as well, you could have bought a 4.99 charity pack, which goes to the Jackie, Robinson Foundation, which they've been running for the past couple years. Like, if you did the digital deluxe or the MVP edition, I believe they saved $1 and put it towards the foundation. Now they put a 4.99 pack. You get the 5K stubs, from that, and then you get more cosmetics with that, for your ball player and little icons for your universal profile as well. Thought that was great too. I mean, 10 out of 10 what they did for Jackie Robinson Day. And it was the 75th anniversary. I mean, it's a big anniversary to have. Thank God there was baseball being played in the majors as well, so you got to see that as well. My Mets had a nice open day that day. I got to plug that in, but
yeah, another cool thing about that the foundation pack is that you buy it, you get the $5, it's a donation, but you can actually buy that as many times as you want. It's not limited to one. So
yeah,
if you want to keep donating to that cause, you're not you're getting 5,000 stubs every time. So it's like you're getting the stubs, but also your money's going to a good cause over there. So cool that they did that. And just touching on that other thing of having everybody wear 42. I don't know how that has never been a thing. Like that just seems like such a not an easy thing to implement because I'm sure it's not easy, but that just seems like almost like a no-brainer thing to do. I'm surprised it happened in 22 and not earlier. It's just that's so cool seeing everybody wear 42 in a custom fantasy mode like that. Really cool
yep,
touch.
yeah, exactly. So, here's to going forward with that and see what else comes from it. So absolutely pumped with that. We also for Friday, I think that yeah, this is like the last thing that was released on Friday. You had to be pumped about this one. It was the new headliner, and I believe you're a big fan of Eric Davis.
Yeah. Love Eric Davis cards. I actually haven't even used this one yet. I've been just using other cards and doing other things, but I'm sure I'll give that Eric Davis a shot at some point. That card looks cool. He's good against lefties. He's got the speed. Um, I really hope they bring out a 99 Eric Davis earlier in the year, just
Mhm.
because he kind of gets left behind because of his low contact versus righties that he normally gets. Um, and so I hope he comes out a little earlier so that way people will actually use him a little bit more in the outfield when or before some of the absolutely huge big names start coming through.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I still feel like they're on that path of doing exactly that,
Yep.
um, and releasing those cards. Like, that Adam Dunn, I think we mentioned last podcast, releasing his prime card was exactly when you need to release him, and, a lot of people get used to that, especially playing an all-star and then trying to get up into ranked. How is the rank going for you, by the way?
It's all right. I'm let's see, let's actually check my record right now. Online ranked. Currently I am 20-6.
It's not bad.
And yeah, and I've taken a different approach this year. Normally in years past, I'm like, I'm trying to absolutely go crazy and try to win every game, use my God
Yeah.
squad a lot. That's not really what I'm doing this year. This year, I'm being a little bit more casual with it, a little bit more chill. If I lose a game, oh well, I don't really care. I'm having fun using different teams, different players, trying out a lot of this new content that's in the game. Um, and we can actually touch on this. We've seen a lot of people on Twitter and socials in general lately talk about the game and how it's playing online and
Mhm.
frustrations with it and stuff. And I'm sure if I was playing the game like I have in years past, I would probably be in the same camp as those people. But this year, I'm just not taking it as seriously. I'm enjoying the game and I'm not hyper focusing on little minor or not minor, but things that would normally frustrate me. I'm
Yeah.
not focusing on that. I'm focusing on just having fun with teams and playing a baseball game online. And let me tell you, it's makes the game a hell of a lot more enjoyable, Scuffy. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, rank's going good. I'm having fun. I'm sure at some point I'll try and make a little World Series push towards the end of the season. But if we get there, we get there. If we don't, we don't.
No, I feel I pretty much been the same way. I'm actually playing ranked games again because I just want to try all these cards and just having fun with it.
Yeah.
And I've been having these games that have been really fun, like close, even if I lose. But these games have been so like some of these games have been like back and forth, and you just like you get invested in that, not just like see if you could come back, if not, and some of these players I've been playing is usually when I'm streaming it, and they were saying the same thing when they come back, "That was just a fun game to play,
Yeah.
regardless of who won," and it's just been that way, and you find that new stud that you really like, but I did wanna mention ranked because with the new BR program again, you can have someone that's famously for you that could throw a lot of pitches, and we got the Bulldog coming back with the 91, I believe it's postseason Earl
Not
Hershiser coming back?
sure. You can check it
Believe
real
so.
quick. Let's
I
see.
shoulda had this written down, but, me.
Let's
Yes,
see.
postseason, postseason, yep,
Postseason.
I was right.
Gotcha.
See,
Gotcha.
oh, it's 92. Not so we got the 92 Hershiser,
Oh,
but yeah, if all he should have 114 stamina, so this should be a good way of seeing how stamina really is going to be for 22 for all the comp players out there or just players in general. Because we heard the infamous story on this podcast and through your streams about Earl Hershiser just pitching like 160 pitches and not
yep.
even seeing the yellow, so I'm very curious what's gonna happen this year.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm excited to get Oral Hershiser in the game, but I'm a little
Uh-huh.
bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous about this Hershiser card because MLB 20, Oral Hershiser's face of the franchise, I believe he had, was probably my favorite pitcher in the game. Like, I loved using him. I felt like I pitched so well with him, and he was
Mhm.
also a really tough pitcher for me to face and hit. Uh, and then 21, he got, I think it was a milestone card. Yeah, it was for his streak, and he wasn't as good. He wasn't as good. They did something to his windup and delivery. He wasn't as deceptive as he had been in years
Okay.
past. And this year I'm really curious to see because if they have the same delivery that he had last year on a card where I thought he was weaker than the year before, plus high sinkers being nerfed even more this year with the
Yeah.
wider par region, I don't know if Oral Hershiser is going to be one of those top guys this year. I mean, he still has got some movement. He's got a good pitch mix, all that stuff. But I don't know if we're going to see Oral Hershiser as like one of the top guys in the rotation by the end of the year anymore. If they give him the same windup as last year.
Yeah. All right. Hey, only in time will tell. I mean, it releases tomorrow or today if you're listening to this at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon. So yeah, I'm very curious. Usually, I'm with you. Hershey's is always the one. Okay, that name sparks me like how I want to get. Because we saw the Flowers awards for the first BR program. And you gotta say the face of franchise cards outweigh the Flowers awards as we mentioned before. Um, the only one that really entices me is probably Andrew Miller, being the
He
lefty.
doesn't even have a sinker.
Yeah, he doesn't even have a sinker. That says a lot there, right there. The chipper, I mean, you get the chipper swing, but there's going to be better chipper cards as we go. So that Hershiser is probably the first flawless card. I'm like, okay, I'm willing to like keep and try it out once I finish the program or if I go flawless. I will say, Cougs, I blew another 11-0.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah. I just didn't have it that game. It is what it is. It was
Yeah.
one of those where, like, I knew I didn't have it, and wasn't disappointed afterwards. I was like, "Okay, it is what it is."
Yeah.
Um,
You know, sometimes you got
and
that.
then for the other flawless reward, we get Jason Giambi as well, which we know what to expect from Giambi cards. He's gonna be power heavy against righty. He has a little bit of power against lefty. The last time we saw this card was actually last year when we had those daily moments program, right? When you had the evolution with Jason Giambi, and this is what you kind of shoot for. I feel like he was a lower overall than the 92 though. So I'm curious how this is going to be. We all know that he's going to have the power against righties, but how is it going to face against lefties, especially when we have cards like Ryan Howard in the game, Big Poppy in the game with the cover editions they have. And I mean, I'm sure Josh Bell has been a fantastic face of the franchise card. If you want to use him at first. So very curious how he's going to match up with those cards.
Yeah, I've always loved Jason Giambi's swing. And he's a 92. These guys that we're talking about are like 90 overalls. So I'm sure he'll probably have a little bit of an attribute boost on those guys, but I don't feel like it's gonna be enough of a boost for you to be like, oh, I really gotta go out of my way to get this Jason Giambi card. If you're crushing it with, like you said, a Josh Bell, a Joey Votto, a David Ortiz, a Ryan Howard, don't
Mhm.
if you're gonna go 12-0, you probably might want to take Hershiser. You might just want to sell
Yeah.
and get some stubs. Like Giambi, I'm not saying Giambi's bad. Giambi's gonna be good, but is he like gonna be an absolute must-have? I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's we'll find out tomorrow pretty much and see from there, and we'll go over that next week. So we got those 2 cards to go look up, and then for the BR program himself, we saw Larry Doby for the last one. Now we get new legend, new Cubs legend, I should say, Ron Santo,
Yep.
part of the game. I know a lot of Cubs fans and, friend to the podcast, Coop Sound Kurt is I know he's very excited. I messaged him before because I don't think he saw the announcement, and I just let him know, and he was like, "Okay, time to lock in, for BR again." So I know Cubs fans are a lot happy. He's a Hall of Famer. He has a lot of good years on this belt. I mentioned earlier on Twitter his 1964 here, Cougs. He hit 30 home runs, drove in 114, even had 13 triples.
Jeez.
You don't see double digit triples like that
No, you
very
don't.
often. And then for his batting average 313, his slugging 564, and his OPS was 962. And then on top of that, he had a Gold Glove that year. So
Wow.
third base, diamond defense, power. Who knows? Only got 3 stolen bases, but I'm curious what the triple stat brings to attributes for these cards, if at all. If it would get decent speed because of that. So,
Yeah, I mean, he's because he at the end of the day, he only stole 3 bags that year too, so it's like, is
yep.
he gonna have wheels or not? Like, I don't know. I mean, it looks like in that 64 season, it looks like he also led the league in walks, I think.
Yep.
Like drawing walks. So like he dude, man, this card I'm more excited about this card than either of the flawless rewards right now.
Well, we don't
Not
know if it's gonna be the
that's true.
64th year. It could
That's
be
true.
something, I don't know, something a little bit earlier or a little bit later, and then they could release this card. But he has multiple good years, so they could choose not like I just feel like that card will probably be the 99, or if you could give him a prime or a signature series, of course, within 3 years. I mean, go from 64 to 66, and his card would be great. But if you're not a Cubs fan, the name might not pop out, but trust me, if his swing is nice, you'll get to know him quick.
Yeah, definitely. For sure.
So, yeah, we got all that to look out for, and then later the week, we get the first sighting and probably the earliest sighting of the moonshot event. So, we got the common pitchers against pretty much any hitter you wanna put out. This would be a perfect time if you want to start power out people, players, if you want to try to get those home run stats. But yeah, we get that, and then we get double XP. It's funny because we were talking about double XP last weekend, like last podcast, like they should do WXP pretty much quarterly or when they do at by the end of the program. And here it is, double XP.
Double XP. Look out. You might even be able to finesse the market a little bit with the moonshot event because there are some commons out there with like sinker, slider, cutter mixes for
Yep.
pitchers. So I mean, I don't know, I don't know how much the prices on those cards are really going to go up, but I mean, hey man, if you buy enough of them, you could probably make a solid little profit on some of those cards. So keep your eye out for that.
Yeah, for sure. And then last year we did a cheat sheet for the common pitchers. We'll try to have that for this year, and we'll post it on the Twitter account. So be sure to follow us on Twitter. It's inside the show PC. Once again, inside the show's PC, and we'll have that for you again. So, and
Sweet.
I we base it off just that, like you said, Saker, Cutter, and a high velo. And I have a little guide on who has what for righties and lefties. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to see the moonshot come quick. They needed the moonshot like more than once a year.
Yeah, actually, I
In my
agree
eyes.
with that. Like a moonshot pre All Star break and then a moonshot post All Star break, something like that.
Or do 3. Do 1 for now, 1 at when the home run derby is coming on, right?
Mhm.
So you have all the home run derby cards, maybe do that, and then 1 after. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
one
good.
like during like the pennant race or something like that. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I don't think we heard anything about roster update, have we? We got a little roster update last week. Suzuki's in the game now,
Yep.
which is cool to see. He might even get upgraded by the way he's playing already. I think he has 4 home runs. He's hitting for average pretty damn well. So he should be actually going up eventually. I
I was
just
surprised he didn't get a tops card. I don't know if he got one in like on real tops, but like I thought
might
he
get a player month card
that's
if you
true.
think
With the way he's
so.
going.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there any front runner for like the Lightning card this year?
I mean, a guy that's I mean, he just won player of the week actually. J Ram. J Ram is
Oh
crushing it. I
yeah.
think he's got like 11 runs batted in already or something like that. Like, let me
Hmm.
see. Jose Ramirez currently through 9 games is hitting 457 with a 1386 OPS, 3 home runs. No, I was wrong. It's not 11. He's got 15 runs batted in through
Oh,
9 games.
that's major league leading, I think,
Oh,
because
absolutely.
he has 14 for an national league leading. So I assume, yeah, that's major league
Yep.
leading.
And he's got 16 hits, which I think is also leading the league, plus 5, 8. Half of his hits have been extra base hits. So, I mean, he's on a tear right now. That's probably
And
my front runner right now. I'm sure there's somebody I'm like missing or forgetting or whatever, but like
I don't care.
I,
Give me
I
J
think
Ram.
it's I think it's also because, dude, He right now, you know how every year there's like that one guy that you just can't pitch to? Like if you do
Yep,
pitch
yep.
to him, he hits it. J Ram is that guy right now for me. Like I can't get him out. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know what they changed with his swing. He is just impossible to pitch to right now.
yeah, so someone was saying, like, he's this year Tripper. I was like, "Wait a second, the live series is, like, this year's Chipper?" And a lot of people are saying the same thing, they just can't pitch to him.
He's tough.
And he's only 88 overall. I don't know what he's going for now, but still, yeah, I would love a I mean, I'd love the 99 it won't be a 99 if he's April, but the 99 one that we got in 20, especially that I mean, that was probably one of the better player of month programs that we got because we got the Mondesi and then we got that card as well, but
Yeah. And that one, I think that one had like maxed out numbers against lefties, I want to say. I think it was like
yep,
125 on each
it
side.
was yep, it was crazy. So, that'd be good to see. We'll probably have a better prediction as we go on to next week's because we're winding down to, yeah, next week was probably the last April podcast that we'll have, so we'll definitely have a little bit more predictions. We'll try to get some hitters, some pitchers, and see if we could guess any of them are right, but that's a good tease there to have J-Ram be in the landing card come the end of April.
Kind of
So
that guy right now.
yep. Also, just before we get out of here, a little we learned just before the podcast. This might be the last year of Jake Arrieta. Looks like he's retiring. And we all know Jake Arrieta has multiple different good cards throughout the years. Especially he was the end game card, I believe, in 17 and 18
Yep.
with his Cy Young year, and then of last year we had the milestone Jake Arrieta. I mean, he always played a part of endgame pitchers when it came to MLB The Show, so it could be the last year for quite a while until
Yeah.
maybe 3, 4, 5 years. Because, like, I think we both agree he'll be a legend eventually,
Yeah.
coming back.
You know what he would actually be perfect for is a down the line at some point this year. I doubt it's going to happen for the one tomorrow. I feel like they probably couldn't have predicted that, but a breakout gold Jake Arrieta for the BR program. He could be one of those gold
Yeah,
players.
I
He'd be a
believe
good
he
one.
was that last year.
Yeah, I think this. I think that's like a perfect fit for him this year too.
Yeah, for his 99, I think I want a second half Jake Arrieta because I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah,
he had, like, a .89 ERA for a second half of his Cy Young year in 16.
yeah. No, that's the card we want. Like you can obviously go with the year he won it in 2015. Like you can go with that whole year, but I think it was.
I'm trying to find this out right here.
Let's see.
Yeah, it was actually second half of 2015, so that was his year. Alright, Jake Arrieta breaks record for lowest ERA in second half of season MLB history. I'm trying to put no, it was, 0.75? Get out of here.
Dude was insane.
In his final 12 starts, he had a 0.40 ERA. Yeah, give me a second half, please, Jake Arrieta.
Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that. We
Yeah,
also, I
so
really hope they do that for Jack Flaherty at some point. I feel like did
oh,
they
yeah, he
ever?
had a good one too. You're
Yeah, I think
right.
it was 2019. His second
It
half
was
was
one of the years that Jake, DeGrom won because I know he
yeah.
was, up there.
Let's see, 2019 second half. Yeah, I mean he's like the same type of level as Arrieta. 2019 second half for Jack Flaherty. 99 innings, 0.91 ERA with 124 strikeouts, and a WHIP at 0.715. Like the dude was just not letting anybody score or
Yeah.
get on base. He was ridiculous.
We had to normalize with second half cards being endgame cards. That's what we were
Yes,
talking
please.
about. So that would be dope. I don't even know if Cespedes is still in this game, but, if he was, I would still want a second half 2015 Cespedes because I feel like that card would be great.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with you, man. Like I don't, I'm not a believer that every like 99 or every like end game card has to be a certain series. Like, dude, if
yeah,
the
exactly.
best point of somebody's career was this certain amount of time, lock it in, get it done. It's
Exactly.
like you could even do it with like a guy like Eric Davis. I'm sure there's a game where Eric Davis had like 3 or 4 hits all against righties. Maybe he had a home run or 2, whatever. Like, if you wanna make Eric Davis usable against righties as well, base the card off that performance. Like, like, I would love if they did more of that to make some of these cards more well-rounded and just have more variety in the options. Because, I mean, at the end of the year, if you're having to choose between a 99 Eric Davis that doesn't really hit righties versus a guy like Mike Trout or Willie Mays or whatever, it's like the choice is obvious. At least, like, give us the option when we're scaling our cards. I don't know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, fantastic point. That's why we wanted the legend player of month cards, right? So that gives another element towards it, where we could get end game card for a particular legend or something like that. So who knows? We'll
Yep.
see. We got a lot more to go. It's only April 18th. Are we a month in? Yeah, we are, right? No.
No, game came out the
No, we're
first.
not even a month in.
We're like
When
not even
we
3
got it on the
weeks.
fir oh, yeah, we got it on the first. Hey, we're the 12th episode of season 3. We're like 4 months into we're 3 months into, the new season, so it feels like the game's been out. It really does. It really feels like the game's been out for,
Dude, we're
like,
already on
more
the
than a month,
3rd
maybe.
set of the big dog pack. Like, the set
Yeah.
1 came out as the game dropped, and we're already on set 3. Like, they're just like, they're going through those big dog packs like crazy.
Yeah, and no matter what you do, if you wanna spend money on the packs and try your luck there, or you just wanna grind the game, there's cards everywhere to make a feasible lineup, which you'd love to see, so,
Yeah.
just gotta continue that consistency throughout the year, and you'll
Yeah.
be in good shape with
Also,
content
one
too,
thing
so.
we didn't touch on, I think, is the Astros City Connect
Oh,
dropping
yeah, the
tomorrow.
Astros that's tomorrow, right?
Yep, I
So
think that's tomorrow, and similar, I assume it's gonna work similar to how the National City Connected, where it's like a
mhm,
program, you gotta get 50 points to do some missions, do some moments. Curious who the player might be, assuming there is one. Curious who that player might be in there.
yeah, I was mentioned before, hopefully Alex Bregman. We mentioned
Yeah,
this off
yeah.
podcast. Maybe him, or maybe it's a legend, I don't know.
I'm
Yeah, we'll
hoping. Yeah, I mean, I would have said like a cool one would have been like Billy Wagner, like a lower overall Billy, but we just
okay.
got that 90 from the Phillies and headliners, I think in set 2 or 3 or whatever. So, I'm gonna say I would like to see. Um, I'm gonna go with like a. I'm gonna go with like a 85, maybe like a rookie or like a breakout Carlos Correa. Or actually, no, 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 no. I'm gonna go with a George Springer. I'm gonna go with like a
Ooh.
85 George Springer. That would be cool.
I'm sign me up. I
Yeah.
love Springer, man. Springer is one of my favorites, so I'll be down for that. And then, next team we get is, actually, before we get to that, I gotta say the jerseys grew on me. I wasn't a big fan of the jerseys, but after, like, seeing the socks and the gradient of the pipe the only thing I don't really like, even though it's different, is the number on the pants, but, hey, it's different, I understand it, but those jerseys definitely grew on me. Um, but I did wanna mention the next team is on April 30th and should be released a little bit earlier, and that is the Royals, Kansas City
Yep.
Royals. So,
The
give
Royals
me a
could
good
have some cool ones. They got the
yeah.
Royals have like a cool set of colors to play around with, like the blue
Actually,
and the gold.
the hat got released, I mean, leaked. Hold on, let me
Oh,
see if
did
I
it?
can find it, and yeah, 1 second, I'm
Royal
trying to get
City
it for you. I
Connect.
was looking on
Oh.
did you find it?
Yeah, that looks a little weird. What is Oh,
I
I think
don't know
it's
what to
supposed
think
to
of it yet.
be
Oh
something about the fountains or something.
oh, okay. So if you're I mean, either listening in and trying to figure it out. If you go to Talking Baseball, which is another fantastic podcast, they show the hats and it's like a stripe. I don't know how you would describe it.
Think of
For
the Portland Trail Blazers logo,
yes,
and it's
that
kind of the
yes,
same style.
yes, that's exactly. And then just KC
Yep.
instead. Okay. Yeah,
Really,
I
I wanna
mean,
see what the jerseys look like. If they're gonna go for the darker shade of blue like that, really wanna see what the jerseys look like.
and it'll still have the baby blue at the top
Oh, yeah, I
is
didn't even see
baby
the button. Yeah.
so it might be similar to how the Cubs were, because they had that baby blue with the but we'll see. I don't
Yeah.
know. It kinda hard to base it off a hat, right? So,
Yeah.
We gotta see the whole thing.
Yeah.
But
And then
yeah, we should get
The
that
Angels will
soon.
be in there at some point.
Yeah, Angels will be in there. I believe the Rockies as well. And then Milwaukee. So it goes from Royals, Rockies, Angels, Brewers, and then finally the Padres. I wanted to mention KC, give me a low diamond Raul card, a Mondesi card, or a
Woo!
Moose, either a Moose or like Mondesi. That's what I'm asking for, or try and manifest at least.
Yep.
Oh, that classic Mondesi card for Player a Month could make a return.
Yeah, that'd
Get
be a perfect place to do it, honestly, because
Yeah.
it was an 85.
Yeah, it was like 85, maybe boost it up a little bit, be like an 88, and
Yeah,
then I mean, no matter what, people are gonna use it because of the swing.
it's
Um,
Mondesi.
yeah, exactly, so that'd be a cool card to see come back because it wasn't last year, it was the last time we saw it was 20, and that was part of the XP path,
Yeah.
um, or whatever it was called back then, but yeah, we'll see. We'll have a lot more to talk about next week. Kooks, this is a fun one, man.
Yeah,
Just
it
chill,
was
lay
good.
back, talk about all this week. This is a fun one. A lot
Yeah,
lot
we
of
actually
content
had
to
we had more stuff to talk about than I thought we would, actually.
Yeah. To be honest, I was we're, like, on the 56th minute right now, if you guys listening, and I was looking at it before, I was like, "Okay, we're at, like, the half-hour mark," and then all of a sudden, we pulled out another 26 minutes like we
Yeah, that's
normally
just
do,
what we
so
do over here on Inside the Show, man.
Exactly, so, anyway, appreciate you guys listening today. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit thumbs up on today's video. You guys have been absolutely killing it over there, so much, much love. Remember, it's Inside the Show, youtube.com/Inside the Show. You can follow us on Twitter, Inside the Show PC. Follow us over there. Like I said, we'll probably try to have the moonshot cheat sheet either Thursday or Friday of the drop. So be on lookout for that. Follow my boy Cougs on Twitter, Cougs46. Follow all socials there. I'm at Scuffy McGee TV. You guys enjoy another week of grinding. MLB Show 22. Enjoy the new BR program. Enjoy Moonshot. Hit some bombs for us. And we'll catch you guys next week on Inside the Show. So.